still has that herbaceous nose to it.
We're here at the Subsea Estate and we're going to do a wine tasting and abalone tasting combo.
The difference is their wine is fermented under the sea, not on land.
And these things.
So you'll notice with the pure Semillon, it still has that sort of grassy nose, although on the palate it is really quite delicate and soft and smooth. I get some warmer honey and toffee elements coming through there as well. Still nice and bright with acidity. You do get a bit of lemon and lime, although not as sharp and sort of pointy on the back end. Imagine twice as much pressure underwater, sort of squeezing out all of those lumps and bumps. So this was our second attempt at doing it. So our first immersion we did last year, which we did from May to November, and then this was
Just a minute. Vats of wine. That we are the largest artificial reef in the world. Privately owned artificial reef, should I say. So we've got the concrete structures down on the front over there. There are habitats, so we have over 10,000 of those out there at the moment. And they've created quite the lifestyle for the marine life. So this is our wine vat that you've just walked past here. We have 265 litres. We add our grape juice, our yeast, our sugars, our oak stayed in some of them. We knock the oxygen out, we lower it down to atmosphere to the sea floor. Down there you're under immense pressure, very controlled temperature and consistent movement. Not sure if you're aware, the Southern Ocean is a very angry ocean. Even on a dead calm day it's still a lot happening down under there. So then we get our 4 profiles. So we have our land and ocean range and our pure ocean range. So your pure ocean range has done its 100% of its second fermentation down under the sea. Your land and ocean, we split it in half. We leave half on land to do the second fermentation. The other half goes down under the sea, and then we add just enough of the pure in with the land to give it that edge. Now, what we've started pouring, we have our land and ocean sem. It's nice and herbaceous. It's got some nice citrus notes coming through. Very easy drinking. With the pure sem, it's a little bit more complex. You can taste the difference in the smell, the taste, and the look of it. Having done that second fermentation 100% under the sea, it's that little bit different. With the reds, not your standard, I'm just going to squeeze in the middle here, not your standard Barossa Margaret River heavy Shiraz. It's quite a light but very bold Shiraz. Beautiful in colour, it's got some beautiful cacao notes that come through with that.
I like that one better.
The land and ocean is beautifully served chilled if you like a chilled red in the summer months.
That's better than the first one.
And your pure ocean in the Shiraz is a little bit more bold. And you'll get some nice dark cacao and peppery notes that come through with that one.
Am I finishing these ones?
Again, with the pure in the Shiraz, you'll get that completely different texture as it's got its second fermentation under the sea. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you enjoy your tasting, and your lobster roll won't be long.
Fantastic.
Who thought of this concept?
So Brad and Jodie, the owners. Brad's been a commercial diver for about 32 years, something like that. And his wife Jodie, they've lived on and worked in and around the ocean their whole lives. And their love for wine, obviously. So we started off with cellaring wine, which the boys have actually just pulled a heap out today. I'm going to go over and have a look. So we started with that. So cellaring the wine, we collaborate with Edwards and Glenardi. They bring us their wine already bottled, ready to go. We store it in fishing crates. We give it to these guys, and they take it down and drop it down 18 metres. And it'll stay down there for 12 to 24 months.
That's crazy, isn't it?
We have some of the Curvae from Glenardi that's been down there for about 36 months at the moment, so that'll be exceptional when that comes out. And then whatever swims past in the current sticks to the bottle stays and grows, and that will stay there. We carefully bring them out, we dry them out, and then we box them up. We're pretty sold out at the moment, so that's why we've had them down there today pulling it out in this beautiful weather. If you have a look out there, a few white caps on the ocean.
We found out the whole of Western Australia it's been as windy.
Yes. I don't know how long you've been here for, but we've had a pretty windy last week.
Yeah.
So we went from our branching to the cellaring of wine. There goes my sign. And from there they wanted a little bit more, so then they jumped on the good old Google and they found our business partner and winemaker now, Emmanuel, over in France in the Basque Country. Once they got hold of him, due to us having the real estate and the ocean, we've got the dive team, we've got the processing facility, we've got the boats, we've got all the equipment. He flew over within about 2 weeks and we started the process.
Yeah, wow.
So he's been working on the subsea science for about 15 years.
Wow. Brilliant.
So if you want to go further into it, you can go look up the wine reef online, and apparently there's a little bit more information about him on there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I like that abalone.
Right, our day 2 of our cave tripping. Where are we this time?
We are doing Lake Cave today. So apparently we're going to go 300 steps straight down.
300 steps. Morning, how you going? This is going to be my worst thing.
You really get an idea of just how big this cave was. This was all underground, and that was the ceiling. We've come down 50 metres already from where we started, and when we get in the cave, we'll be 62 metres below the forest. Now, if we go back to 1867, there was a young girl by the name of Frances Bustle. You might make the connection here, Bustleton, Bustle Highway. Now, the Bustles are early settlers down here. Now, young Frances was out here on horseback looking for missing cows. She found herself on that ridge up here above us. Her horse pulled up short, which was lucky for her. Otherwise, it would be an entirely different story we're telling today. Now, she got off. That's right, keep coming. Come on down. That's it. Lovely. Now, she went home. She told her mum and her dad and her 10 brothers and sisters. And when they got a spare chance, they came out to try and find this big hole in the ground, but they couldn't. It's hard to believe, isn't it? It's 50 by 70 metres across. But there was no signposts, there was no Google Earth, no track, and it was dense forest back then. It hadn't been forested at that stage. That's the way, Amelia. Come on down, mate. Just walk normally. Come on down. Thanks, Amanda. Keep coming, Amelia. Keep coming down. That's it.
No, I have to be in.
No, you can just stand up. You can just. Where are you from?
What's that?
Where are you from?
England.
England, and you're from?
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. So we had a bushfire here about 4 years ago, and as a result of that, we got the highest water level. Because there was no vegetation up there the year after the bushfire, all the rain that fell in 2022 was able to make its way. So we're inside a big ridge running north-south. That's east, that's flatlands in that way. All the water's run off the eastern side of the ridge, pooled underground, seeped into the back wall, and filled the lake in 2023. So we got the highest water we've seen for decades. Because there was no vegetation, all the understory was burnt, all the leaf litter was gone, it just goes straight through that sand rock much faster. So if you've come all the way from England or the Gold Coast, you've nailed it. You couldn't have come at a better time. Now, Amelia, look in front of you here. Check this one out. This one is actually hanging from the ceiling. We call it the suspended table.
Oh, yeah.
And as far as we know, it's a one of its kind in the world. Sorry. It's a one of its kind in the world.
Wow.
Have you seen the two little members skiers? See over there watching the ski set?
Oh, I came from this side.
Have a look further. And then the front, we're going to little turtle. So Maddie, head over to the corner there to your right. Take the family with you.
Justine, next to the tabletop. There you go, I've set the table for you. Oh.
And I'll get you to stop there, shall I? Oh, you're with this guy. Who
No.
are you with? You're this guy. You come over here then. Shall I get? Yeah.
Hey, I've got that on camera here.
Come past that part of the cave, look up on the above your head, Amelia, and you'll see these little skinny ones. These ones are right in the eyeball. These ones we call straws. They're no thicker than a drinking straw, and like a drinking straw, these ones are hollow. So the water droplet is running down the middle rather than the outside like your stalactites. It's running down the centre. So you could use these as a straw, Amelia. If we snap one off, we could go and drink all the lake water.
So this is the suspended platform which looks out over it. It's amazing with trees coming up through it. Go right down there. We're doing some rock climbing to get to these rock pools.
Canal Bridge with a boardwalk that goes across. We've also got a boat ramp over there and another little jetty area as well. And then everyone around here is snorkeling, scuba diving, jumping off the bridge, fishing. Great little spot. Definitely recommend it.